Good. Good evening. I'm now calling this meeting to order. Welcome. First, we will have our invocation, and next will be our Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand for the invocation from Mayor Hinton and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray. Tonight, Lord, may our decisions reflect the best interest of our community. We seek guidance in making choices that will strengthen our city, uphold justice, and foster a spirit of respect among our elected officials and our citizens. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Attention, salute, pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 4 on our agenda is roll call. Ms. Webb, call roll, please.
Pro Tem Washington.
Here.
Councilman Wiggins.
Here.
Councilwoman Dykes.
Here.
Councilman Aiken.
Here.
And President Bobo.
Present. Item number 5 on our agenda is presentations. We have 3 this evening. The first one will be the proclamation recognizing Pink Friday. If you're here in recognition of Pink Friday, please join Mayor Hinton at the lectern.
Well, this is a pleasure to start with this proclamation tonight and to recognize you. And I believe that Ms. Bobo is coming down. Who, our president?
Yes, sir.
Here's a proclamation. Whereas Pink Friday is a nationwide annual shopping event aimed at supporting local businesses, encouraging customers to shop small during the holiday season. And whereas the event brings together small businesses to create a unique, community-driven shopping experience to start the holiday shopping season with fun and excitement. And whereas this 2-day event is a wonderful opportunity for customers to explore the unique offerings of businesses in the Northport area, while also supporting the local economy and building a strong community. And whereas Pink Fridays highlights the importance of shopping locally and the impact it has on sustaining small businesses, which are owned and operated by Northport's very own neighbors. Now therefore be resolved that I, John Hinton, as Mayor of the City of Northport, with the full support of the City Council, do hereby proclaim November 22nd and 23rd of 2024 as Pink Friday in the City of Northport, and encourage all citizens to shop small first and support the dreams of their neighbors while enjoying a fun and festive shopping experience. In witness whereof, I have set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Northport to be affixed this 18th day of November 2024. Congratulations. Thank you.
I think this is our first time to hold Pink Friday in Northport, and I just want to say we are also thankful to have each of you here operating in Northport and serving our citizens, and we hope that you'll get a lot of support this holiday season. Looking forward to shopping myself. You're welcome to come up and speak about it if you like.
Yes, if you'd like to make a little talk.
Good evening. I'm Laura Parker. I'm the owner of Gypsy River Apparel in Northport. And on behalf of all of the participating businesses, there are 23 total that will be participating in this. We're just truly honored to accept this proclamation. It's the very first Pink Friday in Northport, and we're so excited to kick off this holiday season and hope that it will become an annual tradition for us. A day that brings our community together to shop small, support local, and celebrate the city of Northport. This event is a celebration of the small businesses that are the heartbeat of our city. And these local shops and restaurants not only provide the goods and services, but they create jobs. They support local families. They sponsor our schools and our kids' sports teams, and they foster the unique character that is Northport, and that's what we all cherish. Pink Friday is about encouraging everyone to shop small first, not just our 23 participating businesses, but our community as a whole, and showing the love to the businesses that make our community special. And it's about bringing people together, creating joy, and supporting one another. And I'd like to say thank you to the City of Northport for believing in our vision, and for the participating businesses for coming along beside us, and for the community for all the support that you've shown so far. Together, we're going to make this Pink Friday an incredible event, and we look forward to many more.
If y'all will, please, is Mallory?
Are we gonna have a picture?
Yeah. Get one of everyone. Okay, yes, sir.
Two more.
Sorry.
We particularly need that big hat in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Next, Mayor Hinton will be making a presentation for World AIDS Day proclamation. If there's anyone here to receive this proclamation, if you'll please join us.
Thank you, sir. Glad to have you. This proclamation is World AIDS Day. Whereas World AIDS Day, observed annually on December 1st, unites people worldwide in the fight against HIV/AIDS, showing support for those living with HIV, honoring the lives lost, and recommitted to the ongoing efforts to end the HIV/AIDS epidemic. Whereas the global community has made significant strides in combating HIV/AIDS, advancing awareness, prevention, and treatment, yet millions remain affected with stigmatization, discrimination, and limited access to health care, still being critical challenges. And whereas in 2024, the theme for World AIDS Day, quote, collective action, sustain and accelerate HIV progress, end quote, underscores the urgent need for unity and collaboration across communities, governments, and organizations to maintain momentum and drive forward advancements in prevention, treatment, and support for those impacted by HIV/AIDS. And whereas breaking down the stigma surrounding HIV/AIDS is vital for encouraging individuals to get tested and seek treatment. By fostering a culture of acceptance, we empower people to know their status and utilize available resources, such as PrEP, which significantly reduces the risk of contacting HIV. And whereas the principle of undetectable equals untransmittable emphasizes that individuals living with HIV who achieve and maintain an undetectable viral load cannot transmit the virus. This knowledge is essential in combating stigma, promoting testing, and highlighting that effective treatments enables people with HIV to live healthy, fulfilling lives while preventing new transmissions. And whereas organizations, healthcare professionals, and advocates across the City of Northport have been at the forefront of HIV/AIDS education, support, and research, working tirelessly to improve the lives of those affected and to promote awareness and compassion throughout our city. And whereas we recognize and honor the courage and resilience of those living with HIV/AIDS, the compassion of their families, and the dedication of all healthcare providers and volunteers who contribute to a world without AIDS. Now therefore be resolved that I, John Hinton, as Mayor of the City of Northport, with the full support of the City Council, do hereby proclaim December 1, 2024 as World AIDS Day in the City of Northport and encourage all citizens to join in supporting efforts to eradicate HIV/AIDS, to educate our communities, and support those affected by this disease with dignity and respect. In witness whereof, I've set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Northport to be affixed this 18th day of November 2024, signed John Hinton, Mayor.
Mayor Hinton and City of Northport, just wanted to thank y'all for this proclamation. I know HIV is something we don't see or hear about in the news every day as much, but it's still an issue that impacts our communities, and we're at a really awesome stage when it comes to treating HIV and preventing new infections. So if someone's diagnosed with HIV and they start treatment, within just a few months they can reach undetectable status, which means they cannot transmit HIV. So if we could stop right now and get everyone to get tested and get those that test positive connected with treatment, we could stop new transmissions in just a few months. And so breaking down that stigma and encouraging to get people tested is all what we're about and what we're here for today. So just want to thank y'all for having us and thank the City of Northport.
Mr. Nichols is with the Five Horizons Health Services here. Get our picture?
Next presentation is for our Business of the Month proclamation. I could have Councilwoman Dykes join Mayor Hinton at the lectern, please. And if anyone is here from Izzy's Coffee and Comics, please come up.
Hi. Ready? Business of the Month, November 2024. Whereas the City of Northport is committed to honoring local businesses that contribute to our community's vibrancy and economy, and whereas Izzy's Comics and Collectibles has become a beloved establishment within our city, providing a wide array of comics, collectibles, and a space for hobbyists and enthusiasts to gather and share their passions. And whereas Izzy's Comics and Collectibles has not only promoted the joy of reading and collecting, but has also actively promoted fostering community engagement. And whereas Izzy's Comic and Collectibles continue to thrive through dedication to customer service, a welcoming atmosphere, and a rich selection of products that keep the spirit of comics alive in Northport. Now therefore be it resolved that I, John Hinton, as Mayor of the City of Northport, with the full support of the City Council, do hereby proclaim Izzy's Comics and Collectibles as November 2024 Business of the Month in Northport. We thank you for your ongoing contributions to our community and encourage all residents to support this local treasure. In witness whereof, I set my hand and cause the seal of the City of Northport to be affixed this 18th day of November 2024, signed John Hinton, Mayor.
Not only do they have an incredible collectibles part, they have an incredible coffee shop. So that is one of my favorite places to go in Northport. So please stop by the collectibles and coffee shop as well.
Would you like to say something? Either one of you?
Yeah, I'll say something really quick. I just want to thank the city for your support. Y'all have welcomed us with open arms, and it's a little different than what Northport's used to seeing with all of the collectibles and comic books. But to see fathers and grandparents come in with their children every single weekend and just have fun and get to relax, that's what we really want to do. It's also very important for us to be able to use our platform to give back. So we host monthly fundraisers, and we just really want to encourage community support in those. You just come out and buy a drink and 100% of what you spend goes to our charity of choice for that month. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Item number 6 on our agenda is approval of the agenda. Is there anyone who would like to make a motion to approve the agenda for the November 18th, 2024 council meeting as printed?
So moved.
Second.
All right, that's a motion by Councilman Wiggins and a second by Pro Tem Washington. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Washington.
Yes.
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 Yes. Item number 7 is visitors to address the council. We have none tonight. Item number 8 is unfinished business. 8A is ordinances and resolutions of a permanent nature. 8A1 is a second reading, storage and removal of inoperable vehicles on private property. Mr. Davis.
Yes, Madam President, this is done at the request of code enforcement and city prosecutor, and it only applies when there's an inoperable vehicle on property and it's unable to issue a ticket to the owner at that time when you have like out-of-state residents. But we've had no negative comments, so it's ready for consideration by the council at this time.
Okay, so the form of that motion is to adopt the ordinance addressing storage and removal of inoperable vehicles on private property. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
It's a motion by Councilman Aiken and a second by Pro Tem Washington. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Washington.
Yes.
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 Yes. 8A2 is a second reading ordinance repealing ordinances 2225 and 2226, ordering demolition of 1207 15th Street Court. Mr. Davis.
Yes, as you may recall, this is an out-of-state owner that owns the majority of the property with an attorney from Birmingham who's been here a couple of times. They notified Mr. Cunningham today that they have had contractors look at it, and it's further gone than they had realized. So we're in the process of changing their building permit to a demolition permit. We would again ask you to continue this or to table it until January 6th, because they want to have the opportunity to demolish it themselves. And this on January 6th, if they have not completed the work by then the city will take over and demolish it. So we'd ask you to consider to table this again until January 6th.
Okay, so the form of that motion is to table until January 6, 2025, the second reading of the ordinance repealing ordinances 2225 and 2226, ordering demolition of 1207 15th Street Court. Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
And it's a motion by Councilman Wiggins and a second by Councilman Aiken. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Washington.
Yes.
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 Yes. Item number 9 is new business. 9A, ordinances and resolutions of a permanent nature. 9A1 is a first reading ordinance amending and adopting the updated zoning ordinance. Mrs. Ram.
Yes, ma'am. The Planning Commission held a public hearing on October the 28th and on November the 12th. They did vote to give a favorable recommendation to council to adopt the new zoning ordinance. An electronic copy is posted at northportcompass.com. We will have a formal presentation and an additional public hearing on December the 16th.
Okay, is there anyone who would like to offer that for a first reading?
So offered.
It's offered by Councilwoman Dykes. Item number, 9B, resolutions of a temporary nature. 9B1 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to reject the contract awarded to Southland Transportation Group for bid file 23-14. Ms. Starnes.
Yes, ma'am. The vendor failed to meet the time stipulations set forth in the bid.
Okay, so the form of the motion is to approve the resolution authorizing the city administrator to reject the contract awarded to Southland Transportation Group for bid file 23-14 to furnish one rear loading garbage truck for $237,362.62 to be delivered during the 2024 calendar year. Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
All right, that's a motion by Councilman Wiggins and a second by Councilman Aiken. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Washington.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 9B2 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute a contract with WAR Construction for the River Run Park at Northport Shore vertical completion package. Ms. Tubbs.
Yes, WAR was the lowest responsible bidder, and engineering department has recommended that we award this vertical construction project for River Run Park to them.
Okay, so the form of that motion is to adopt the resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute a contract with WAR Construction Incorporated for the River Run Park at Northport Shore vertical completion package in the amount of $14,194,000. Put that forward as a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, that's a motion by President Bobo and a second by Councilman Wiggins. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Washington.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 9B3 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to purchase athletic turf surfacing for River Run Park to Northport Shore. Ms. Tubbs.
Yes, this is to award the turf, the carpet portion of the fields in amount of $3,165,459 to field turf.
Okay, so the form of that motion is to adopt the resolution authorizing the city administrator to purchase athletic turf surfacing from Field Turf, including installation in the amount of $3,159,459 for River Run Park at Northport Shore. Do I hear a motion?
So move. Second.
All right, that's a motion by Pro Tem Washington and a second by Councilman Wiggins. Are there any questions or comments?
I have a question, Ms. Tubbs. Where are we in financial standing with the bond? About how much have we spent? How much do we have left?
With these contracts that you're awarding tonight, we will have encumbered the majority of the bond dollars that were set forth for this project.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, do we have any extra questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Washington.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Item 9B4 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute lighting services lease agreements with Alabama Power for roadway and parking lot lighting at River Run Park at Northport Shore. Ms. Tubbs.
Yes, we will enter into a lease agreement with Alabama Power, and they will provide all of the roadway lighting for the River Run Park road that's actually being constructed and the parking lot lighting.
Okay, so the form of that motion is to adopt the resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute lighting services lease agreements with Alabama Power for River Run Park and Northport Shore. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
All right, that's a motion by Councilman Wiggins and a second by Councilwoman Dykes. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Washington.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Item 9B5 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute change order number 1 with utility asset management for the storm sewer rehabilitation project for Flatwoods Road and 68th Avenue. Ms. Tubbs.
Yes, this is a change order number 1 in the amount of $4,800 to remove some additional concrete in our culvert storm line.
Okay, so the form of that motion is to adopt the resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute change order number 1 with utility asset management for the storm sewer rehabilitation project for Flatwoods and 68th Avenue in the amount of $4,800. Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
All right, that's a motion by Councilman Aiken and a second by Pro Tem Washington. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Washington.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 9B6 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute a reimbursement agreement with Courtstone LLC for an interim sewer study for the Towns of North Lake subdivision. Ms. Webb.
Yes, ma'am. In order to facilitate the development of the Towns of North Lake, which is a approximately 200-acre development along 69 North, the developer has agreed to reimburse the city for an interim sewer study to facilitate the development of an interim sewer solution, and this is an agreement with Courtstone LLC for that reimbursement.
Okay, so the form of that motion is to adopt the resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute a reimbursement agreement with Courtstone LLC for an interim sewer study for the Towns of North Lake subdivision. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right, that's a motion by Councilwoman Dykes and a second by Councilman Wiggins. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Washington.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 9B7 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to enter into a master services agreement and task order directive number 1 with the Cassidy Company Incorporated for the Towns of North Lake Pump Station. Ms. Tubbs.
Yes, this would be the contract with Cassidy and Company to perform the study that Ms. Webb just talked about in the previous item.
Okay, so the form of that motion is to adopt the resolution authorizing the city administrator to enter into a master services agreement and task order directive number 1 with the Cassidy Company in a not to exceed amount of $16,107 for the Towns of North Lake Pump Station. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right, that's a motion by Councilwoman Dykes and a second by Councilman Wiggins. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting Mayor Pro Tem Washington.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. For item 9B8, I'll be abstaining from participation in any deliberation about this matter and ask that Pro Tem Washington preside at this time.
Thank you. 9B8, resolution authorizing city administrator to approve right-of-way acquisition for Main Avenue revitalization project. Mr. Davis.
Yes, sir. I'm glad to see we're finally making some progress on Main Avenue. This is, we're in the position now of purchasing the parcels for right-of-way. The process had Southeast Appraisal make appraisals on 38 different parcels. Then these appraisals were reviewed by a separate appraiser. And then finally, the third step, they were approved, reviewed, and approved by ALDOT. So these are ALDOT approved numbers. And rather than bring you 38 different resolutions, this resolution authorizes the city administrator to proceed with the purchasing of these 38 parcels, assuming that Mr. Cunningham can convince all these people to take the appraisal amount. So it's ready for a vote by the council.
Okay. Okay, the form of this motion is to adopt the resolution authorizing the city administrator to approve right-of-way for acquisition for the Main Avenue revitalization project. Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
All right. There's a motion by Councilman Wiggins and second by Councilman Akins. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting Mayor Pro Tem Washington.
Yes.
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 Abstain.
At this time, I now return the duties of presiding officer to Council President Bobo.
Item number 9C is consent agenda. It ranges from minutes, bill listings, and PR requisitions. The form of the motion is to approve the consent agenda for the November 18th, 2024 council meeting as printed. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right, that's a motion by Councilman Wiggins and a second by Pro Tem Washington. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting Mayor Pro Tem Washington.
Yes.
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 Yes. Item number 10 is reports of special committees of council. Do we have any? Hearing none, we'll go to item number 11, which is public hearings. We have one public hearing tonight from the planning department. Speakers, please do not approach the council dais while in session unless given specific permission. C11C1, it's a second reading resolution fixing the cost of demolition and authorizing filing a lien for the parcel located at 921 10th Street. Ms. Ram.
Yes, ma'am. The total for this lien is $9,627.75. A public hearing is required prior to adoption.
Okay, I'll open the floor for a public hearing for agenda item 11C1. Is there anyone who would like to speak for or against this item? Okay, hearing none, I'll close the floor for a public hearing for agenda item 11C1. The form of that motion is to
Fix the
fix
cost
the cost of demolition and
au-
authorizing filing a lien for the parcel located at 921 10th Street.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry about that.
Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
It's a motion by Councilwoman Dykes and a second by Councilman Wiggins. Are there any questions or comments? No, hearing none. Ms. Webb.
Voting Mayor Pro Tem Washington.
Yes.
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 Yes. Item number 11D is the police department. We have none. Item number 12 is the city administrator's business. Ms. Webb.
Yes, ma'am. I have a couple of different items. The first is we ordinarily only meet once in the month of December, and so I would like to suggest canceling the December 2nd meeting and only having December 16th. That meeting would need to take place down at PD in the courtroom because of, as you can see, we're transforming into a winter wonderland here. So at this point, I would ask for a motion to cancel the December 2nd meeting.
I'll make that motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, that's a motion by President Bobo and a second by Pro Tem Washington. Do we have any questions or comments on canceling the December 2nd meeting? Hearing none, Ms. Webb?
Voting with Pro Tem Washington.
Yes.
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 And the other item that I have, President Bobo, is to actually rearrange our January meetings because we do have a holiday on January 20th, which is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I suggest that we move our meetings to Tuesday, January 21st at the same time at 5:30 and set our committees for January 6th. At the normally appointed time. So committees on January 6th and council for Tuesday, January 21st at our normal times.
Okay, does anyone want to make a motion for that change?
So moved.
Second.
All right, that's a motion to set the committees for January 6th and council for Tuesday, January 21st, as there is the Martin Luther King Jr. Day holiday on January 20th, so that's the reason for the change. And that motion was from Councilman Wiggins and seconded by Pro Tem Washington. Ms. Webb, did you want to call roll?
Yes. Voting beginning with Pro Tem Washington, please.
Yes.
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 Yes, item number 13 is to, oh, sorry.
That's it. Thank
Did
you.
you have any other items?
I hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Okay. Item number 13 is departmental business. We have none. Item number 14 is mayor and council members' business. We'll start with the Honorable Mayor Hinton.
Thank you, Madam President. Very excited tonight to see some of the items on the agenda, and thanks to Ms. Tubbs and to our council for approving these. First is the River Run Park. That is really moving fast, and tonight, as you can see, we're moving ahead and should be ready by fall, I suppose. And that's not too long off. But this is great progress tonight. And then also the towns of Northport. This has been going on for some time, and we've been concerned in wanting this project to move forward. And tonight is an indication that it is. So happy to see that. And then finally, the Main Avenue. We've been waiting on for about 50 years, and making real progress tonight on that. And so just glad to see these things happening in Northport.
Thank you, Mayor. I know we've all been down bumpy Main Avenue, so it's nice to know that that's about to get redone at some point in the near future. I have no new business for District 1. District 2, Pro Tem Washington.
Just want to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving, and please make sure you check on your friends and family during the holidays.
Okay.
Thank you.
District 3, Councilman Wiggins.
I have none at this time.
District 4, Councilwoman Dykes.
I have nothing at this time.
District 5, Councilman Aiken.
Nothing tonight, ma'am.
Item number 15 is adjournment. The form of the motion is to adjourn the meeting at 6:04 p.m. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right, that's a motion by Councilman Wiggins and a second by Pro Tem Washington. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, we are adjourned.